You walked out to your backyard this morning, and something felt different. The feeder was full, the water was clean, the garden looked the way it always does. But the sound was missing. No chirping, no fluttering, no little visitors checking in the way they used to. And for a moment you wondered if you had done something wrong. Here is the strange truth most people never realize. Birds rarely leave a yard for one big, obvious reason. They leave because of small, quiet things we do every single day without thinking. Things that look completely harmless to us, but feel dangerous to them. In the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through 10 silent mistakes that are pushing birds away from your yard. Some of these are going to surprise you. One of them is something almost every backyard birder is doing right now with the very best of intentions. Another one has absolutely nothing to do with the feeder. And the very last one, number 10, is the one that breaks my heart the most, because most people only realize they are doing it after the damage is already done. So stay with me until the end, because that last one might be the one that matters most. And before we begin, I want you to know something. If you have noticed even one of your regular visitors disappearing lately, you are not imagining it. Birds are creatures of habit and memory. They notice things we do not, and once you understand what they are noticing, you can bring them back, sometimes within days. So let us begin. Mistake number 1. Keeping a feeder that has not been properly cleaned in months. I know. The feeder is full. It looks fine from the kitchen window. But here is what is happening at a level we cannot see. Old seed gets damp. Damp seed grows mold. Mold turns into something called aspergillosis, a respiratory infection that can kill a small bird in a matter of days. And birds know. They can sense when a feeding spot has gone bad. One sick bird visits, dies somewhere nearby, and quietly, one by one, the others stop coming. This is not a theory. Wildlife rehabbers see it every single spring. The fix is simple. Every 2 weeks, take your feeder down, scrub it with hot water and a small splash of white vinegar, let it dry completely in the sun, and refill it with fresh seed. That alone can bring birds back faster than almost anything else on this list. Mistake number 2. Buying the cheap seed mix from the supermarket. You look at the bag and it says wild bird mix. It looks colorful. It looks like a good deal. But if you watch carefully, you will notice the birds picking through it, throwing most of it on the ground, and flying off. That is because those cheap mixes are mostly filler. Red Milo, cracked corn, wheat hulls. Birds in most regions of the country do not eat these things. They scatter them, looking for the 1 or 2 good seeds buried inside, and eventually they stop coming because it is not worth their energy. What do they actually want? Black oil sunflower seed. That one ingredient feeds nearly every backyard bird you can name. Cardinals, chickadees, finches, nuthatches, titmice, woodpeckers, even some sparrows. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember that one phrase. Black oil sunflower. Try it for 2 weeks and watch what happens. Now, before I go to mistake number 3, I want you to do something for me. Picture your own yard for a moment. Picture the spot where you usually see birds, the corner of the porch, the branch near the kitchen window, the little patch by the fence. Got it? Good. Keep that picture in your mind, because the next mistake might be hiding right there, and you have probably never noticed it. Mistake number 3. Clean, shiny windows that reflect the sky. This one is heartbreaking, and most people will not know it is happening until they find the evidence on the ground. A bird looks at your window and does not see glass. It sees a reflection of trees, of sky, of open space. It flies toward what looks like freedom and hits something invisible. Up to 1 billion birds in North America alone die from window collisions every single year. 1 billion. And the worst part is, you do not have to live near a city for this to happen. A single picture window on a quiet country house can take out an entire family of cardinals over a summer. The fix is small and almost free. Window decals on the outside of the glass, spaced about 2 to 4 inches apart. Or those small dot patterns you can stick on, anything that breaks up the reflection. Try it on the one window where you have heard a thump before. You will know which one I mean. I want to share something with you before we move on. A woman I spoke with once, she lived in a small house near a lake, and for 3 years she could not understand why her bird feeder kept emptying out, but she almost never actually saw birds at it. She thought maybe squirrels, maybe a raccoon at night. Then one afternoon, she finally caught it. A neighbor's cat, lying flat and still under her hydrangea bush, perfectly motionless, eyes locked on the feeder. The birds had known the cat was there. They had known for 3 years. They would land, eat in a panic, and leave as fast as they could. And the moment she addressed the cat situation, her yard came alive again. Cardinals returned, finches came back. A pair of mourning doves even built a nest in her dogwood tree. Which brings me to mistake number 4. Mistake number 4. Outdoor cats. Even well-fed ones. Even sweet ones. Even the ones that look like they are just napping in the grass. I am not here to argue with anyone about their pets. I love cats too. But the science is uncomfortably clear. Domestic cats are the single largest human-caused source of bird deaths in North America, killing somewhere between 1 and 4 billion birds every single year. And birds, every species of them, can sense a cat in the area from a remarkable distance. The smell, the faint movement, the way other small animals behave. They know. So even if your cat never catches a single bird in its entire life, the simple presence of that cat outside changes who will visit your yard. If you have outdoor cats nearby, consider keeping them inside during the early morning hours, between dawn and about 9, which is the most active feeding window for songbirds. That one small adjustment can bring back species you have not seen in years. Mistake number 5. Spraying the lawn with chemicals to keep it green and bug-free. This one is silent and slow. Pesticides do not just kill the insects you want gone. They kill the soft-bodied caterpillars, the small beetles, the spiders, the millions of tiny lives that birds quietly depend on to feed their babies. Did you know that a single pair of chickadees needs to find somewhere between 6,000 and 9,000 caterpillars to raise one clutch of chicks? 6,000. From one little tree in one little yard. If your lawn is chemically treated, you are not just changing your grass. You are quietly closing the cafeteria. And mother birds know. They will fly right over your yard and nest somewhere else, somewhere with food. If you want birds back, even one untreated corner, even one little patch of native plants left to grow a little wild, can make all the difference. Now I want to pause for a moment. If you are still with me, if this is making sense to you, do me one small favor and let me know in the comments which mistake on this list has surprised you the most so far. I really do read those, and it helps me know what to make for you next. Also, if you have not yet, the subscribe button is right there. A lot of what I make is for people who notice the small things, the way you do. People who feel something when a sparrow lands on the porch railing. We are a quiet little community, and I am glad you are part of it. Now let us keep going, because mistake number 6 is one of the most overlooked of all. Mistake number 6. removing dead branches and old tree snags from your yard. I know they look messy. I know the instinct is to clean them up. But to a bird, a dead branch is not garbage. It is a lookout perch. It is a nesting cavity. It is a place where insects burrow under the bark, which means food. Some species, like certain woodpeckers, bluebirds, and tree swallows, will not even consider nesting in a yard with no dead wood. So if you have an old dead branch on a tree in the corner of your property, and it is not a hazard to anyone, consider leaving it. That single decision can quietly attract species your neighbors do not have. Mistake number 7. Empty bird baths or no water source at all. Birds need water just as much as they need food. Sometimes more. In the heat of summer, in the dry weeks of late fall, a clean source of water will attract a wider variety of birds than any feeder ever could. But here is the part most people miss. The water has to be shallow. Most songbirds will not bathe in anything deeper than about 2 inches, and it has to be refreshed regularly. Stale water is worse than no water. Mosquito larvae, algae, bacteria. Empty it, rinse it, refill it. Every couple of days. That one simple habit can transform your yard. Mistake number 8. Wind chimes, spinning garden decorations, pinwheels, anything that moves constantly and unpredictably in the wind. To us, they are charming. To a bird, movement equals threat. A flickering, spinning object near a feeder tells their nervous system the same thing a hawk overhead does. Stay away. So if you have noticed birds avoiding the spot where your prettiest decoration sits, that might be the reason. Try moving the decoration to a different part of the yard, far from where birds feed and bathe, and see what happens over the next week. Mistake number 9. Bright outdoor lights left on through the entire night, especially during migration seasons. This is one of those quiet, modern problems. Migratory birds use the stars to navigate. When porch lights, security lights, and street lights stay on all night, they confuse the birds. They circle. They get lost. They burn through their energy reserves, and some, sadly, never make it to where they were going. From around late August through early November, and again from March into May, simply turning off any non-essential outdoor lights between about 11 at night and dawn can save lives you will never even see. Yours might be the porch light a tired warbler needed to fly past. Now, before I tell you the last one, I want you to know something. Number 10 is the mistake I almost did not include, because it is the most painful one on this list. It is the mistake that, once made, often cannot be undone for an entire season. But if you take it to heart, you can prevent it for the rest of your life, and you might quietly save a family of birds without ever knowing it. So stay with me for one more minute. Mistake number 10. Pruning trees and trimming hedges during the wrong months of the year. From late spring through midsummer, almost every shrub, hedge, and small tree in your yard is potentially holding a nest. Hidden, silent. You will not see it from the ground. You will not see it from a ladder, even if you look. But it is there. And when the saw or the trimmer comes through, the parents flee, and the nest is exposed or destroyed. Whole clutches of eggs are lost this way every spring by good, kind people who simply did not know. The general rule is this: heavy pruning should be done in late winter, before the birds begin nesting, or in the fall, after the babies have fledged and gone. If you absolutely must trim something during spring or summer, look first. Carefully part the branches. Check for nests, and if you see one, leave that section alone, just for a few weeks. The babies will be gone soon, and the bush will still be there next year and the year after that. So those are the 10. Dirty feeders, cheap seed, reflective windows, outdoor cats, lawn chemicals, removed dead wood, empty water, moving decorations, nighttime lights, and wrong-season pruning. 10 small things, 10 silent things. Any single one of them can quietly empty a yard. All of them together can make a place where no bird ever wants to come. But the opposite is also true. Fix even 2 or 3 of these, and the birds will start to return, sometimes within days, sometimes within a single season. And here is the part I want you to remember the most. Birds are not just passing through your yard. They are choosing it. Or they are choosing not to. Every visit is a vote. Every nest is a quiet act of trust. And once you start to see it that way, you will never look at your backyard the same way again. So tell me in the comments, which one of these 10 surprised you the most? And which one are you going to try fixing first? I really do read everyone. And if this helped you, that little like button does more than you might think. It tells other people who love birds, who notice the small things, that this video is worth their time. We make these slowly and carefully, the way nature should be watched. So thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Keep your eyes on that corner near the window. Something might be coming back sooner than you expect.